I would just say, in my poetic literary sense, in a movie, the event that precipitated and caused Charlie Kirk's assassination took place, and by that I mean the publication of the Jeffrey Epstein birthday book.
Oh, yes.
It's been quite a birthday party, and this is, it's funny, Ezra Klein popped up today with a big opinion piece about how, quote, Charlie Kirk did politics the right way. He was practicing politics the right way. And in it, he says, Kirk and I were on different sides of most political arguments. We were on the same side of the continued possibility of American politics. It is supposed to be an argument, not a war. It is supposed to be won with words, not ended with bullets.
We were on the side of continued okay, so your biggest praise for the guy is that he wasn't like a monarchist. Why does he even say anything? We both took in calories in the form of food and expelled it from our body in the form of feces. Okay.
Well, it was actually like on a certain level, I think he's right. I think him and Charlie Kirk were both part of the same political project of America, which is, the left and right wings of capitalism and imperialism. But I think there was another comment made by Ezra a couple weeks ago where he was discussing, the Epstein thing recently on his podcast. And, in the transcript, he says, quote, and I think both of these comments are very much of a pair with each other. But he says here, I think I should stay before I start this episode, where I am on the Epstein story. If you force me to give you my best guess, I think this guy had a lot of powerful friends and that he was a predator and a pedophile. And those sides of his life were mostly separate. Like, first of all, the word mostly there is doing like Atlas level weightlifting about the meaning of what he's talking about here. But like, I wonder how Ezra's feeling about that statement in light of the fact of the publication of a 50th birthday book given to Epstein by all of his special friends, including Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, among many other notable names. And it's just like, if these two parts of his life were separate, Matt, Felix, I don't know if you like poured through this birthday card book.
Oh yeah, I jacking off big time. So horny, so hot.
The one thing that struck me was that no matter who was writing him their best wishes for their birthday, whether it's recently sacked UK ambassador Peter Mandelson or Donald Trump, or just like random friends he had, like from back in the day, from Brooklyn, from Coney Island, growing up in the neighborhood.
Hey, I'm checking over here.
Is that like for his 50th birthday, every single one of them used the occasion to discuss his sex life and make weird innuendos and jokes about his fondness for young women, including joking stories about getting teenage girls to undress at knife point on his boat. So, like, what are the chances that these two discrete areas of his life, billionaire financier who's friends with all of the most powerful people in Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and Washington, D.C., and runner of a teenage brothel, were really that separate from one another?
What would Ezra's explanation be for why Leon Black gave him like $200 million? Is Ezra, I mean, I know he doesn't believe this shit, but is he the only person in the world who actually believes Leon Black when he says it was for tax advice? Presumably the greatest tax advice in human history.
You got to pay him.
Yeah.
You gotta pay him. Yeah.
What does that hourly rate look like if you're paying him $200 million fucking dollars?
I mean, there are some a lot of great drawings in that birthday book, including the one that showed him giving balloons to girls and then, like, years later having them just jack him off at what appears to be Mar-a-Lago with the caption, "What a country." What a country. But, like,
Chekhov Smirnoff.
It's just like all of these gushing, like, little mash notes to him by all of his adult male friends. Like, that's the other odd thing about this. You're a 50-year-old man. Why the fuck are your other adult male friends writing you birthday cards in a big book that celebrates you?
That part, I mean, I think it's lame, but it's not that is like the least weird part of the story. I mean, that it's like inconceivable now, but like up until about 10 years ago, it was normal for like rich 50-year-olds to, one of their friends is turning 50 and they're like, we're going to have a roast. And our friend group is called the Bastards of the Round Table. we're the cigar SOBs. And we're going to do a good old fashioned Milton Berle style roast of this sick bastard. That stuff has been going on forever.
That's true. It's like, oh, you pedophile, you.
Yeah. It's in a vein with that, like, all guys want is to get a blowjob while watching the Three Stooges. This is how guys talk to each other. They go, "How's your dead kid, you fat bastard?"
Yeah, it's definitely like skewed the metric.
Yeah, but it is unusual for all those celebrating the birthday to specifically make note at how much of a pedophile their friend is, repeatedly and with illustrations. That part, there's no good traditions lie in that.
And what do we need to make of Donald Trump's reaction to, or like his not his reaction to this, because his ass just had a stroke. I know we're one to talk here, but Donald Trump, I think it's a good chance he had a series of small strokes. Maybe his face was drooping today, and then like that. Did you guys see that weird like the statement he made from the Oval Office about the Charlie Kirk assassination?
Yeah. Charlie, you were so good at turning me on. The fucking screensaver. Did you notice that he glitched out when he said Patriots?
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima, you fucking genius.
Matt, as a professional stroke haver, how would you diagnose the president right now?
Well, yeah, it's trouble conjuring the phrase, and also slurring. It's difficult, so it's definitely. I was like, hey, I didn't know that dude.
But yeah, like his attitude, like weeks ago when the Wall Street Journal published that like there is this birthday note that has all this weird dialogue between Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, where they're like, Jeffrey, we love being good friends with each other and doing sex crimes against minors. Wink, wink. Like Donald Trump said, it's a hoax, nothing, it doesn't exist, and he sued the Wall Street Journal. Well, then they published just a photograph of the letter, and the new line is that like the letter is real, but his signature has been forged, or someone 22 years ago was setting up Donald Trump for just this moment.
But I think if you got like 100 of the best signature forgers in the world, they could not make Donald Trump's incredibly interesting signature, I have to admit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone believes that. If you're saying
of
that you have long since accepted that the president, even if he is not technically a pedophile, he is maybe someone worse, someone who committed pedophilia for social climbing purposes.
I just wanted to fit in.
Yeah. If you're saying that, it's just I don't know, a public demonstration of your faith.
Yeah, exactly. The dabbing will continue because it's just like all this is out there. Two American presidents, one former, one currently the president. Look, about 20 years ago, they both contributed birthday letters to their special birthday friend, who happens to be one of the most notorious rapists and pedophiles in the world. Nothing to see here. Let's all move on. And the dabbing will continue because, like, does anyone think anything is going to come of any of this? like, is there going to be accountability, or is someone going to lose their job over this? At the very least, no, of course not. It's all just. Oh, actually, no. I should take that back. Peter Mandelson did lose his job today, the UK ambassador, because like they just found like 18,000 emails between him and Jeffrey Epstein, where he's like, Jeffrey, what's happened to you is an absolute disgrace. You would never be put in prison in Great Britain for rogering a lass.
Yeah, that was like. Do you remember when XXX Tentacion died and people posted their like last text with him?
Yeah.
And it was always like, yo, don't listen to the haters. You're the best. You're my favorite new artist. That's what all of Mendelssohn's messages to Epstein were like. Well, I mean, it is kind of confusing that they gave him such a high profile post, because it's been very well known that he was extremely close with Epstein for years and years and years. I have been told by people who are from the UK that the press just does not cover it there, partly due to there are much different laws around defamation and libel, but also probably just because they don't want to. They don't want to implicate anyone in that. But it just strikes me as an incredibly arrogant decision on Keir Starmer's part that he thought
appoint
that
him UK ambassador. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, actually, it's totally believable, but within context, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, morally, I would expect it from him, but it's like if right after the fucking Lifetime documentary, but before the federal trial, if Joe Biden was like, my new Secretary of State is R. Kelly. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I did like the one where Mendelsohn was like, read The Art of War, Jeffrey. Try to be philosophical about it all.
Is there a thing in Art of War about like
what to do if you're arrested for soliciting, suborning a minor for the purposes of prostitution? I don't know.
Yeah.
When you are soliciting a minor for prostitution, make sure the sun is at your back, so you can say, yeah. Or no, the sun's in your eyes, so that you can claim that you didn't know how old they were.
When you are going to county jail for solicitation of a minor, ask them if you can leave on weekends. And it worked.
Yeah.
One of the most insanity-inducing things about this time, one of the reasons that everyone is getting so crazy. There's a lot of reasons, and no single reason where if you took it out of the equation, everything gets better. But an under-discussed one is the fact that no one goes away now. Nothing is big enough to make someone stand down in shame. Joe Biden at the debate that caused him to step away from his reelection, that would have been enough for him to step down from the presidency and like kill himself 20 or 30 years ago. All of this stuff, all of the Trump and Epstein stuff, he would not have even gotten the nomination. But these incredibly, like, just these events that, I mean, do people remember why Trent Lott had to step down as minority leader?
Oh man, remember Rich Allen?
Yeah,
Macaca. I was George Allen.
Macaca, like the McGreb or whatever, slang, just incredibly obscure racial slur.
Boutique racist slur.
Their career is done. And it's just like the Marlboro Man, like the U.S. Senator or whatever. It's like, what the hell, man? Poor choices. Sorry.
Now for George Allen, if he did that, people would be like, why are you triangulating? Just call him the N-word. We don't need another fucking rhino.
George Allen's being a soy cuck lib by using such an obscure racial slur.
Yeah.
Hey, remember Larry Craig? Remember why he had to go away?
Yeah. I mean, that might still do you. I don't know. That one.
No. You can be gay and be a conservative Republican now, provided you're also extremely racist.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Being gay and like trying to suck down just anyone who's in the bathroom with you. That's like two different. I don't know. There's. I don't know. If you work for one of these really old senators out there, can you switch around his medication so he does that? And we can see if that's still enough to make someone resign? Because I am curious. But yeah, no, the problem of no one cycling out permanently of public life, and therefore, like, the vast majority of the people that we see every day just getting older and older and falling apart in front of our eyes, is just, it really makes everything seem meaningless to everyone.
Man, remember, I remember Larry Craig and the Idaho undercover, super deep investigation, and just poof, arrested sucking off in bathroom. Just, man, I honestly, I feel for that reporter. I'm sorry, man.
He just tweeted it out.
The wide stance.
He just wide stanced it out. The wide stance.
I felt bad for that reporter, but he made it sound like he was the detective in Citizen X. And it was just about this old man like blowing guys in bathrooms.
Inspector Javert.
Yeah.
Well, what even did I say about the Epstein birthday book other than it's just, a fairly nauseating carnival of cruelty, and just like another spectacle to be enjoyed by all, and I don't know, not ever digested or passed through the body politic.
The classic, like, oh, Idiocracy, it's a freaking documentary, Salo is freaking documentary.